I'm trying to get like this head level, so that way we can keep it at the same.
All right, ready?
There.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's pretty good.
And we're... Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to your station, your voice, the Galaxy. You're tuning to the CineManiacs right now, continuing our Justice League movie night here. In the first half, we just got done reviewing Watchmen, Man of Steel, and Batman v Superman. And now we're ready for our second half here. We're going to briefly review Suicide Squad and the marquee of the night, Justice League. So let's just get back right into it, gentlemen. Suicide Squad 2016. This is the movie that I saw, well, all of us pretty much saw right before we came to Webster. Let's go ahead and tell them a little bit about what it's about. Who wants to do it?
All right, I'm doing it.
All right, you're doing it.
I'm
Go ahead.
getting this out the way so quick. So, not just League. Suicide Squad. It involves, all villains that are already in jail. So Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, the etc. Enchantress, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Killer Croc.
Killer Croc, all of these people. Amanda Waller brings them together because she wants to, like, a group of people that are willing to that can take down someone in case, as she says, like, what if Superman, was a terrorist and wanted to destroy the White House, he could easily do it. So she brings together a group of villains that could potentially, that could bring him down potentially. So, and they have Enchantress, who was supposed to be on their team, but instead went on her own rampage and and brought her brother back.
Mm-hmm.
And went on a whole rampage and was on a journey to destroy the world, basically. Mostly, yeah. And it brings together all the villains, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Killer Croc, all of them together. And it's basically just a story of them trying to take down Enchantress, while also trying to figure out, while getting to know each other on the fly.
Also, while the Joker is trying to get Harley Quinn back.
Also, that piece of information, which really isn't important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it should be. It should be a little bit more relevant, but it's not. Also, Joker's in this movie. Also,
not enough. Sadly.
Also, Flash, Batman make cameos in this movie as well.
Yeah.
Also not enough. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Very briefly, actually.
So, that's pretty much what Suicide Squad is.
It's a classic, just kind of basic. The villain's there. Go get him.
It's a good story. It's a good story. It's
not executed correctly.
Yeah, good concept, not as a good execution, but a better execution than Batman vs Superman. So,
did you say this is a better execution than Batman v Superman?
Well, execution is I like it more because it's more fun.
Okay. Okay.
It's more fun. Not saying it's good. It's
I can agree.
Fun.
I can agree with you on that a little bit partially. Yeah. Who wants to get into? So that's the synopsis.
I can see where you're coming from, but
yeah, God no, I think it's better than Batman vs Superman.
Who would like to take the first review?
I was gonna say, are we not gonna do ratings because we've reviewed this
already.
We have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were just gonna mention that's the synopsis. Just collectively, what do we all rather than going individually?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just do what y'all think about
okay, so I hadn't seen this movie since I saw it in theaters. I saw it in theaters twice, and then I watched it.
You saw it in theaters twice.
I saw it once with my friends, once with my parents.
Oh, okay.
I always see it with my friends and then my parents.
Okay.
Because they like to watch superhero movies.
Yeah.
And I saw it twice in theaters, and I hadn't seen it since until last
weekend.
night?
It was sweet. It was Sunday night.
Until Sunday night. And before that, I was like, Suicide Squad wasn't that bad. I mean, it was okay, but then I watched it Sunday night, and I watched the extended cut, and I was like, this movie ain't that good. I'm like, there are parts I like. I like Will Smith as Deadshot.
That's the best, yeah.
I like Harley Quinn as... I like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
I like Harley Quinn as
Margot Robbie. You like Harley Quinn as Margot Robbie?
I enjoyed Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed him. I feel like he should have had more to do.
He should have been on screen more because he's really good. He's really fun.
But the biggest thing, and the reason that this movie gets so much hate is because they should have had Joker as the villain.
Yeah.
Of course.
And the director, David Ayer, even tweeted that. Just the other day he was tweeting and they were like, someone was like, I don't think that Suicide Squad was as bad as everyone says it is, but I feel like Joker should have been the villain instead of the Enchantress. And David Ayer was like, I regret making her the villain every single day. I wish that I would have made
At
the
least
Joker the
he
villain.
knows his mistakes.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
And that's the thing, is because in the comics, the Suicide Squad does not take on metahumans. They do not take on Superman level
They just take
beings.
on regular
They
villains.
do assassination missions. They do like catch and grab missions. Like you got to go get this guy, escort him out, yada yada yada. Like it's literally they're like a Black Ops team.
Yeah.
That's literally all they do. But they decided, oh, let's make them fight like a god, and it's like.
That's
No,
not
that doesn't
supposed to
make
happen.
sense. Like, that's not gonna work. These guys can't do that. And it's just like,
Like if it was a Suicide Squad made of metahumans,
yeah.
then yeah, that's acceptable.
Like, if you like El Diablo, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a metahuman. Yeah.
But, like,
but he's not in there
Captain
enough.
Boom. Slipknot? What was Slipknot gonna do before they killed him
Slip
off?
through the knot. That's...
Yeah, here comes Slipknot, the guy who can climb anything.
Yeah, and
Or
then
so he,
dies-
so he thought until he died.
and then dies in 2 seconds.
Also, Enchantress really had, like, no motivation.
She didn't. She was just there.
I realized that.
Mostly her
I
bro-
realized that when I watched it Sunday. I was
Her
like,
brother was mostly her motivation.
She has no motivation.
It was mostly her brother.
She's just like, the humans have made machines.
That's it.
I want to kill them. It's like, okay. They
Yeah.
don't worship me anymore. Okay.
Like now,
Yeah,
see if she wants to,
that's your
if she
motivation.
wanted to bring back the old gods to make us
Oh.
worship them, that would have been better.
Oh God, and the dialogue.
Well, David Ayer wrote the script in what, 3 or 8 weeks?
Oh
Yeah.
god.
That's
was
not
it?
enough time to.
That's
write.
not enough
I think
time
it was
at
3
all.
weeks. I think
3
it was
weeks?
3 weeks.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah, it was like
Because
3 weeks or like
Deadshot's line.
26 days.
Deadshot's
or
line
something.
when they meet Enchantress, and he goes, "Lady, you are evil." It's like, oh,
I don't know, why did he
wow.
why did he write it so, why did he rush to make
Don't
this?
forget, guys, we're the bad guys. We were reminded that they were the bad guys at least 6 times in that movie.
Yeah.
We know who they are, therefore we know they're not good people.
Here's the thing, though. Like for me, Suicide Squad, it's one of those films that, like, it's like Batman v Superman. It had so much potential.
The trailers made it look good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the biggest thing,
They
and
made it look like Joker
Yeah.
was the villain.
Yes.
I honestly think though, like, yeah, David, he really like this movie could have been something amazing.
I feel like if they do go through with a Suicide Squad 2, like they're wanting to do, I feel like Suicide Squad 2 will be better
Yeah.
because
They'll
they're
learn.
definitely going to
Say.
learn from their mistakes.
And
Yeah.
I
feel
hope they
think
do.
that they'll actually make Joker the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way like it ends.
Also
Yeah.
true.
Harley
Yeah.
out, so
Yeah, so they're probably going to have a mission to
get Harley.
assassinate the Joker
Yeah.
and get Harley back. So,
I hope that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like David Ayer has learned his lesson. So
I
if they're
really
gonna
hope he
make-
has.
If they're going to make Suicide Squad 2, they need to give him longer than 3 weeks to write a script.
Or
Well,
they
he needs to take longer too to like write the script. I
He
don't
probably started right after the
no,
one hit
it
theaters.
wasn't his fault.
know. His fault
WB
was-
was like, yo,
finish this.
finish this script and shoot this movie.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait, why did they make
Every single problem that the DC movies have is because of the executives. It is
Oh.
not because of the directors. Like, the extended cut was Zack Snyder's cut. Zack Snyder made that cut. Like, of Batman v Superman. That's why, like, he added all of the Clark Kent stuff that they had cut out.
Right.
But, like, Suicide Squad, there's still, like, 45 minutes of Joker that we have not seen.
Yeah, and we need to
They will
see.
probably
Yeah.
never see.
Yeah,
They would
we'll
never-
probably
never
never see it.
Unless someone makes a Joker cut of the movie.
Because there are still parts from the trailer that we did not see in the extended cut.
Suicide Squad, but with just the Joker. That's all I want to see.
No.
That's gonna be a short movie.
Yep.
45 minutes.
It'll be like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm saying if they ever release that footage.
Oh, no, I'm talking about, like, in the whole movie, like, it would just be 5 minutes. But no, like, all of the problems that the DC movies have of stuff getting cut out is because of the executives. Is because of WB.
That's upsetting.
They were like, yo, David Ayer, we're giving you 3 weeks to write this script. Get to shooting.
That's upsetting.
And he was like, I can't write a script in 3 weeks. And they're like, too bad, you gonna. And he was like,
Because David Ayer makes good movies.
he was like, okay, yeah, that's why.
So he's really not to.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's more of a writer than a director too. Like
Yeah.
he writes more than he directs.
Yeah, but when you're only given 3 weeks
Yeah.
to write a script with all these characters and
It's
make
not
it
enough time.
compelling
Like,
and
so
tie it
also,
into
like,
this universe.
It was all character development.
Did
no
like
plot.
anyone did anyone look through the script and like revise it and like did no one proofread? the
Warner
script?
Brothers just took it and went, yeah, that was good. Go ahead.
No clue.
Yeah, someone should have proofread that script, and they would have seen so many errors.
Yep.
Oh well.
Anyway, so
Rick
that's
Flag
that's
chomping on a chicken leg as he's looking at the hotel.
That's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so now let's get on to a good movie.
Yep.
I would say so.
All right.
Are we gonna do I thought we were gonna do ratings. Are we not gonna
No,
do
no,
Suicide Squad?
We're not doing
Okay.
Suicide Squad ratings.
Then let's move on to Justice League.
Probably give it like a 7 something, but I don't know. Anyway. Alright, Justice League, so 2017, this is the most recent, what?
No, Levi's face.
Oh.
Levi's face just got me.
This is the most recent, movie to come out in DC.
Came out what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yep, 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, November 18th or 17th.
17. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's been a movie that we've seen trailers for. I've been pretty excited about it too.
Oh, yeah.
Rylan for sure. Maybe he's
Movie
probably
of the year.
asleep or something because I don't know. But anyway, he's been hyped for it as well. So who wants to give the basic synopsis of just a very without obviously going to spoilers?
I guess I'll do it.
So
we've all, like, taken our
yeah,
turns.
you're the most excited for this.
Okay, so Justice League takes place after Batman v Superman. Everyone knows Superman is dead, so there is a threat coming called Steppenwolf. He's coming to, basically like destroy the world, make it in his image, all of that. And Batman is like, I have to put together a team of people so that we can stop Steppenwolf. There's no more Superman. We have to fight. We have to fight Steppenwolf. We have to take him on. And so basically the movie is him recruiting Wonder Woman. Well, Wonder Woman's already teamed up with him. So it's him and Wonder Woman searching for people to join their team, which include Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, Flash, played by Ezra Miller, and Cyborg, played by Ray Fisher. And their goal is to stop Steppenwolf. That's about it.
And that's the Justice League.
That's the Justice League, basically.
And stuff happens. We can't go into too much
Lots
detail.
of stuff happened.
Yeah.
November of next year, you can spoil all you want, but this year you cannot. But anyway, so what did you guys? Obviously, there's a lot of things that we can talk about, but not very much
We
time.
can't talk about a whole lot.
Yeah, we can't talk about
Well,
much.
yeah, but I'm saying, so let's talk about a bit of the actual characters, of course, the Justice League characters. You got the classic ones, obviously, all the from the comics and all that. How do you think their representation in this movie was to the comic books, or would you say just in general?
Ben Affleck's Batman and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. We've already seen them. We know how they are. They're just as good, if not better, in this movie as they were in Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman standalone movie. Then there's Ezra Miller's Flash. I don't know what you guys think. I enjoyed his,
I liked his Flash.
I enjoyed
It was
his take on
hilarious.
Flash.
He was so funny.
Flash was basically the comedic relief of this movie.
Oh yeah.
And I think he did a great job.
Mhm.
Like, it's so funny that he can make an audience laugh with just a facial expression.
Oh my God, yeah.
I can't tell, because I watched this movie again over Thanksgiving break, and my whole theater just started laughing at all of his facial expressions, because he just has that oh no, what's going on?
I won't go into
look
detail,
on
but
his face.
it's
Yeah,
the slow
there's
motion
There's
scene.
a specific scene, and he's just like,
Yeah, the slow motion scene.
yeah. There was like 3 of those, right?
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
the big one, the big slow
Yeah.
motion scene.
The more vague it is, the better.
No, I know. I was just being. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Flash was really good in this movie. Then there's Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa. He wasn't necessarily the comedic relief. He was sort of like you said earlier, Levi. He's the cool guy of the team.
My
He's
man.
he's the guy that's like, I don't want to join your stupid team. Like, why would I want to do that? Like, he's more like the tough guy of the team. I really enjoyed Aquaman. I wish that he would have gotten more screen time.
Same.
I feel like he was cut a lot.
He got his movie.
But
next
he
year.
does have a movie coming out next year, and I speak for all of us,
Who's
I
the?
believe.
Do they have the villain yet?
I think it's Black Manta
Yay.
or Ocean Master.
Either one is fine.
I think
with
it's
me.
Ocean Master. Ocean Master is going to be the villain of.
I prefer Black Manta, but
I mean,
that's
I prefer
fine.
Black Manta too, but I think Black Manta is going to be a supporting character in it. I don't know. I gotta look it up.
That's a little bit upsetting, but whatever.
But no, I think Jason Momoa did a great job. We get a brief moment where we see Atlantis, and I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed the way they did that, and like I said, it makes me, and I guess all of us, more excited to see Aquaman's movie.
I do. Yeah.
We see a brief glimpse of Amber Heard as Mara, who is the supporting character in the Aquaman movie. I think she did a pretty good job with what she had, and I'm looking forward to her. And then there is Ray Fisher as Cyborg, and he was all right. I feel like he was really underdeveloped.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I enjoyed him, but he had a lot of scenes cut. And I showed Levi the trailers for Justice League today, and there was a lot of Cyborg stuff cut from the movie. There were scenes that we were supposed to see of him before the accident.
I really wanted to see that.
We didn't get him.
Yeah.
And he's not as famous as Aquaman, so he might not get his own standalone film.
Oh, he is.
He is? Okay.
Yeah. They've announced that they're Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, they're all getting their standalones.
They're all getting standalones. I'm excited for Flash. I'm excited for Aquaman standalone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for Cyborg standalone. You know, like now I didn't know they took out a whole lot of Cyborg.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm actually a little bit upset about because I've literally never known Cyborg before the accident.
Yeah.
Because growing up, you see Teen Titans.
Who's already
They talk. I mean,
Cyborg.
they mention it a lot.
Yeah.
They make like slight mentions about how he was before the accident, and like you see him very briefly in the show when he's like before he like went full like
Cyborg.
before he was Cyborg, when he was like still Victor Stone.
Yeah.
And then like you just see more of him, but I'm more so wary about the Flash's standalone movie
Because they're doing Flashpoint.
because it's Flashpoint Paradox.
And they don't have him developed enough for Flashpoint Paradox.
They also don't have the main villain of Flashpoint Paradox yet either.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest problem because you actually can't do that storyline without having him without Reverse Flash being established in the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna make that work.
I'm sure they'll work it out.
They might. They'll probably make some allusions in like maybe some of the other movies.
Going back to Justice League, I really enjoyed this movie. I liked the action in it. There were some really awesome scenes. But Zack Snyder stepped down from directing this movie halfway through due to a family issue. And Joss Whedon took over as directing for the last couple months, did some reshoots. And I don't know if he was the one that was in charge of the editing and all that.
That's what I was going to ask.
But I'm pretty sure he was. But
oh yeah.
Some of the reshoots were okay, but a lot of them I don't feel fit with the movie. A lot of the reshoots that he did were for comedic relief. You can tell it with his flair. You know, he always has those after fight jokes that he has, like in Avengers, whenever
the shawarma thing.
The shawarma thing, and like whenever Hulk beats the crap out of Loki, you get some of those moments in Justice League, and it's okay, but like a lot of the reshoots are really noticeable. There is a scene that was shot by Zack Snyder, I'm fairly certain, but Joss Whedon did reshoots, and you see Ben Affleck's weight go back and forth. Because because Ben Affleck, you know, he got buff and he lost a lot of weight for Justice League.
Oh yeah.
But then whenever they were done filming, he kind of gained that weight back, especially in the face.
Oh yeah.
But then Joss Whedon was like, "I'm gonna do some reshoots," and then you see Ben Affleck's weight go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
there's a very noticeable green screen with Aquaman.
Yeah.
And like that scene is even online. Like that scene was released online for like a get hyped because Justice League is happening. Like they released that clip online and it is so bad.
Yeah, that main thing with noticeable green screen that I can't talk about.
Yeah.
But DC's
They're trying.
DC's green screens, when they make them, they're noticeable when you can see them. Cause I noticed one in Wonder Woman. I know this one in Batman vs Superman. I know this one in Justice League, and I'm pretty sure I know this one in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've noticed like in everyone they made so far, I've noticed a green screen because it's very obvious.
And like, a lot of the shots didn't need to be redone from
They
what I know
didn't.
of.
Now, I have a question. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying like
Is there a scene in particular, without spoiling it, that you can say which one they reshot, kind of, without spoiling
it's
it
the
too much?
Aquaman scene with when he's talking to Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
That for sure was reshot.
Really?
That was when you see Ben Affleck's Wade go back and forth,
Interesting.
and you see the Aquaman green screen.
Yeah.
Right before
When he talks, because he talks.
The
so
very
long.
first
The
time.
very first time he talks
Whenever
to him.
they're outside, right before he goes
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
into the
Okay.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene was reshot
I
by Joss Whedon.
kind of wanted to show me the green screen in that because I don't think I saw it.
It's online. I'll show it to you
Okay.
after this. But when you notice it, it's bad. Like, it really takes you out. Like I said, some of the reshoots I thought were fine. Like, it added a comedic element to it that if it didn't have it, it would have been a bit too much seriousness. Like, that's one of DC's problems. Is I love the serious tones of DC movies, but there's sometimes where you got to remember that these people are human. These people are normal guys, especially Batman. Like,
He's the most normal one of them all.
he's the most normal one of them all. He has no powers, and
He's rich though.
like I said, some of the reshoots are fine, but you can tell they didn't have a lot of time to CGI stuff.
This is another case of movies that, again, this is what I'll come back and say, it felt like Justice League was a bit rushed for me. Like, just making sure
Yeah.
everything was coming. Like, because I feel like Zack Snyder had everything, he was playing things out, and then unfortunately he had the family crisis happen.
Yeah.
So he had to step down. And then as soon as Joss Whedon, sorry. As soon as he did it, I felt like it was like just putting it in like a box and just like shaking up. Okay, let's see. This scene goes here. This scene, it was just kind of like that
Yeah.
to me, kind
He
of.
pulls scenes out of the hat to fix.
Kind of, yeah.
And like, I don't know. Like, that's why a lot of people are petitioning for a Zack Snyder cut of the movie.
I'm petitioning for that one as well.
Like,
Same.
Rylan is too.
I want to see what Zack Snyder's vision of this movie
I do
was.
too, because I guarantee
I don't feel like this was it.
it was a lot better.
I enjoyed Justice League. I really did. Like,
Yeah, it was alright.
I liked it too.
I was
alright.
really hyped for this movie, and I was not disappointed. Like, I really enjoyed this movie. I had a great time with it. But I will admit, it's a bit of a mess, and I don't feel like this, because this is supposed to be like the end of Zack Snyder's trilogy, kind of.
Is it really?
Really?
I mean, I don't know
He's
if it
like-
is. I don't know if he's signed on for any other movies.
Oh, okay.
but
like
it's
the
like-
end of Zack Snyder's time in
Yeah.
the DCEU.
Yeah,
Really?
and like the story that he's telling of like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and then like Justice League. It's like he's starting off with one, and then he's bringing a team together. Like,
And that's it
like
for him?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's signed on for any others. I don't know if he's signed on for Man of Steel 2 or not.
Personally, I think he should
But,
do more.
But I know like
He's good at
this he was really looking forward to this movie.
it. Yeah.
Because Zack Snyder is a big comic book guy. Like,
I guarantee
he loves this stuff. That's why all of his movies have to do with comic books and stuff, unless they're his own, like Sucker Punch. But I don't feel like this is what he wanted with this movie, and I feel like if he could have fully like envisioned it, he would have had enough time to make sure that the CGI didn't look horrible.
I got a question. This family crisis, did that happen after they were done filming everything, or in the middle of production?
I think it was near the end of production.
Near the end of production?
Yes.
Okay. Because then...
Because they were literally just about to start post-production.
Okay, because then I was going to say then for sure Josh Whedon, he was the one.
It was the
during
editing.
Post-production.
It was
Yeah.
editing.
He was definitely the one.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder had nothing to do with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Zack Snyder was in charge of post-production, because even from the trailers, like, things looked really different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the sky, like, all of the action scenes, they looked different. And I was like, I wasn't bothered by it, but I'm like, I don't think this is what Zack Snyder wanted. And I really want to see what Zack Snyder wanted with this movie. Because I feel like I'm one of the few people that really does like Zack Snyder. I enjoy his movies. I enjoy his cinematography and I like his directing style. But
I feel, see, for me, this movie, I would watch it again, but only if it was Zack Snyder's, and that's how I would continue to watch it. Because from what I watched in theaters, I would have given it a higher rating, but because of the path that it took, it was still enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it very much, but it's just that it didn't feel like a Zack Snyder, like his true thing.
It didn't feel like a Zack Snyder movie.
It did not.
It had Zack Snyder elements.
Right. Yeah.
But I think overall it was a Joss Whedon movie.
Oh yeah, for
It
sure.
felt more like a Joss Whedon movie.
Yeah.
Which isn't always a bad thing, but
Mm.
but the action in this movie I really enjoyed.
That was a plus.
The action. In
That
this
was
movie.
one thing, I guess, then, because, like, I like this movie, and it was one of the Zack Snyder films where it wasn't talk and no action. Like, it had a fair amount of action spaced even out. But again, that goes back now that I know that Josh Whedon was the one in charge of post production. Like, he was part of the editing on the editing side. There, it was. Yeah.
I feel like the action scene still would have been in the same place though.
Yeah,
Zack
yeah.
Snyder.
I agree. But
So I mean,
yeah.
Does that credit go to Zack Snyder or does it go to Joss Whedon? Like, now that's a thing we have to think about.
You see, I think I agree with you, Levi. Like, it's definitely because of the editing for Josh. I'm gonna call him Josh Whedon. I know it's
I call him
Josh,
Josh Whedon,
but
it's
it
fine.
sounds like Josh to me.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say, because of like the feeling of being rushed, I would not have been like. Obviously, they set a date for it to be in the month of November. But if if somehow Zack Snyder was like, you know what, like, I dealt with this family crisis, I can come back and see the editing process. If we had to wait another month for it, I would have been fine with that.
Give
What's-
it time.
what's-
See, we would have been fine, but you know how to. Everybody
Yeah,
else would have.
executives are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Executives
executives
and
hardcore
hardcore
fans.
fans would have all
Yeah.
like freaked out and like would have like been like put this back to where it was instead of like making us wait another month because they would have wanted it really badly.
Steven, I want to know what you thought of this movie because you've been quiet this whole time.
That's true.
Well, yeah, I saw it I saw it at Thanksgiving break, and I had fun with it. I had fun, but like, and I had fun, and it did good with like making with character interactions and whatnot. I just don't. It just could have been so much better.
Mm-hmm.
It could have done a lot more. Like you said, the CGI throws you off. The green screen throws me off. And usually I don't notice green screen, but like in the last few DC movies that I've watched, I've noticed it because it's very hardcore. It's very noticeable if you can tell.
Yeah,
enough.
I didn't notice it as much in Wonder Woman, but I
Oh
definitely noticed it in this one.
No, like there was one scene in Wonder Woman near the end which I literally like it literally looks like a green screen, and it literally threw me out the movie, which is why it's one of like it's like my biggest thing about Wonder Woman was that one scene because it threw me off so much.
I agree. Like the CGI in Wonder Woman was one thing. Like that was a flaw for me. Was just the CGI. In that
Yeah.
movie.
You know what I think's hilarious? I don't know too. Is
What's
that
up?
Steven always notices the CGI thing. Because in It, there was that one thing.
That's because that was obvious.
Also, but
Yeah.
I know, but I always think like CGI always comes back. Steven's like, I noticed the green screen. It's always like Steven's thing.
I don't know.
I watched the end of Transformers the other night with Pedro. They noticed the Photoshop of Stanley.
No, not that was a Photoshop. That was just somebody in the shot still.
No, it's Stanley Tucci in the car.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
both of them.
Photoshop,
Yeah. Okay, we'll
Sorry,
talk about that
we'll talk
later.
later.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm getting more into editing and also like I just do photography. I like do photography. Like I just make sure. Because in photography, you have to make sure your stuff doesn't look fake when you edit it,
Yeah.
Right.
and also when you actually edit
I mean,
actual stuff.
that's good for you. Want
Yeah.
to be an editor, like motion
You have to make sure it
graphics
doesn't
and
look
visual
fake.
effects. Exactly.
You have to make sure it doesn't look fake. And in Wonder Woman, that one scene looks really fake.
Yeah, it looked really fake in Justice League.
And
too.
it looks fake in like every DC movie where I notice it, it looks fake. And you can very much tell it looks fake. But like whenever like I try like when I saw Wonder Woman, 'cause I saw it with like my family, and I told them about that, they did not notice it. I'm just like it's because I have a way more of a trained eye with editing
Yeah.
So I can tell very quickly when there's something very off.
Yeah.
And it aggravates me when I notice it, because I'm like, you guys can fix this. You are a bigger company than I am.
Yeah.
I am a person that is like, I am a lowly college kid. You are a big multi-million dollar studio. You should know this before I can.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that threw me off about Justice League. But also just like somebody, just like Cyborg was very underdeveloped.
Yeah.
He had so much potential because he's important. He's really important.
Yeah.
He's important, but they just don't give him more time, like they should.
Yeah.
Like they give you time for Aquaman, they give you time for Flash, they give you time for Batman, they give you time for everybody else except Cyborg. And I like, because Cyborg is a really cool character.
He is, yeah.
But they don't give him the time that he should have in this. Like, I like that they took time to like try to develop and like get out there the story of Aquaman. They tried, but it wasn't like a whole lot. But they like you can tell who he was.
Yeah, they got you interested.
They got you interested because to me, Aquaman is pretty much like the Thor of this kind of.
Yeah.
He's like a Thor who's been on Earth a few times before.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he's, no pun intended, he still kind of had that fish out of water a little bit concept.
Yeah.
That was actually really good.
Because he used to be in Atlantis, but the fact is, he doesn't want to be in Atlantis. He doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So he stays on Earth. So he's used to the Earth, but at the same time he's not yet.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman we've seen in Batman vs Superman in her own standalone. We already know how awesome and how she is and how she lives her life.
Yeah.
And we've seen Batman also. Like we've seen Batman and we know how he lived, like how things are with his life.
Mm-hmm.
We know that he's in Gotham by
Okay.
himself. That they show us. They know that we just know that he's by himself. There's no Bat family yet that we know of.
Yeah.
But you can tell what every character has been doing, what they've been up to. And like, cause it's like in that, like the lowest one is like you can tell a little bit about Flash, not a whole lot, but like not a bunch.
Yeah.
But they give you his story.
Yeah.
They gave you his story, and then Cyborg at the bottom because they tell you who he is and they give you his background, but they don't go deeper into him like they should. And
I feel like they would have
if they put more cuts of him in there, you would have got to see a lot more of him.
Apparently, we're supposed to get.
Yeah, but we never got. And I appreciate character development because not even just movies, like all the TV shows that I watch. Because as you know, I like anime a lot. And what they mostly do, they focus on some of them focus on character development. Some show sometimes they'll have episodes that are just developing characters, and I like when they take time. I like when shows and stuff take time to do that, and I like when movies take time to develop characters as well. They'll make you feel. They'll make you have emotions for these characters. Justice League can do that. Justice League did that with a few characters, and it also did really good with making interact with each other. There's a lot of good banter between like Flash and Aquaman.
Yeah.
There's good banter between them. There's good banter between Batman and Flash and Batman and Aquaman. There's good banter between everybody in this movie. But if it was just a little bit more developed, it would work.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, even though I said so much about it, like down talking it, I had fun watching this. There are times when I actually forgot I was watching this movie in theaters because I got really thrown off about it. And the movie does, like, when the movie gets slow, it happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And when it slows down, it kind of it throws me off of focus because I'm used to it being fast paced.
Yeah.
So I don't mind a switch and flow, but if you have a switch and flow, make it quick and then go back to how it should be. Unless it's very necessary for it to have a slow moment. And a few times it's necessary, but at the same time it wasn't. Like you could have had a mid-paced scene, and you could have had what you wanted. You could have got what you wanted very quicker, and been on to the next fast-paced scene in it. And like Levi said, Levi appreciates. I like that there's less talk, more action, because I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Less talking, more action. but there's still enough talking in this movie that will get you to know more about these characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's good development, but the development still falls flat no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's the one upsetting part about this movie. That's very upsetting for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I have fun. I have fun with this movie. It could have been a lot better. Like we've been saying, good concept, not a good execution. And that's my thoughts.
I was gonna say, Steven, I agree with everything you're talking about character development. 'Cause I think that's a very crucial thing, especially in. I'll talk about one of the most famous squads of all time. You know, Justice League.
You need to know.
You need to know what they are, and I agree also with you about Cyborg because I love learning more about a character's past and how they started because that makes me appreciate them as a hero much more because you know what they're really fighting. Everyone has their own weaknesses and strengths, and aside from the actual villain, it's what they all are. So, like, obviously, Cyborg's he was a football player.
Yeah.
He was doing really good, and now he's part robot now, and or cyborg. Sorry.
And that's the thing. I'll say I'll probably say this when we talk more about some more DC stuff later in life.
Yeah.
Teen Titans does stuff very good.
Yes.
And what they do best in that show is develop Cyborg.
Yeah.
Well. Because you see him. You know that he's part human, part robot. But you don't know what goes through his mind. They take the time and they tell you how he feels. He doesn't like being a cyborg.
Oh yeah,
He never wanted that. But he has it, and he has to deal with that.
Yeah.
In the show, you see him live with the curse that he was brought upon. And it just does it well. Also, Teen Titans just does development really well. Because it develops all 5 of them. All 6 when Terra gets added.
Yeah.
They develop every character so well. And you feel for every single character in the show. And the comic books also do it good. Also, it's just because I feel like Justice League it wasn't rushed out, but it wasn't like Zack Snyder didn't have enough time to didn't have a chance to edit it, and therefore I feel like if he did that, he would have had time to give us more compelling backstory for everybody.
You know how Zack Snyder goes all out with backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Character development.
He'll go all out for it. And if he did that with Cyborg, I would love this movie a lot more. And he would have did it for also every other character as well. Mm-hmm. And I would have loved that so much. Because I would have loved to see more of I would love to see more of Aquaman in Atlantis. Mm-hmm. It's there, but it's not there a whole lot. And I would love to see more of it and more of his interaction with his own people instead of us seeing him interact with everybody that's on Earth. I want to see how he interacts with his own people.
Yeah.
Like how I want to see Thor interact with other Asgardians
instead of interacting
with
the
just
Avengers
and the humans and his humans on Earth, which happened in Ragnarok. But sadly, I wasn't here to talk about Ragnarok last week.
Yeah.
So you'll hear my thoughts about Ragnarok another time. But Justice League could have been so much better.
It really
has
could.
so much potential, but it just fell flat.
That's a pattern with all these film series that they all had
They have good
Great.
That's
concepts.
just the DCE.
yeah.
They have good concepts, not good executions.
And you
They
think
get close, but they don't keep
The
ballpark.
only one that's done it is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, honestly,
the
that's the best
and,
one.
And maybe Man of Steel.
I was
Man
gonna
of
say,
Steel's
Man of
pretty
Steel.
good.
Man of Steel and Wonder Woman both.
They're
hit
both
that
really
right.
up there with
Yeah.
each other, I think.
But that's just the DCEU in general.
You think after a while there'd be hey, obviously for this one they really couldn't have predicted that much just because of Zack Snyder just leaving it like that.
But no one expected that.
Yeah, no one expected that to happen. But I feel like even then they could have been all right, now we got this new guy here. Now remember we did with the previous films, they didn't really turn out they were alright, but they didn't turn out as much as we wanted them to,
But slowly but surely, they are learning from their mistakes.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They really are.
Yeah, they're learning from their mistakes, and their movies are getting better. We were talking about this when we first saw Justice League. What Justice League did that I liked, and I think Brendan and Elizabeth liked, was they're doing what Marvel used to do.
Yes.
When Marvel first started out.
All serious.
It's serious with comedic relief every now and then, in there. Whereas Marvel right now is going down a hill of
all comedy.
all comedy.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I really hope they switched it up for Infinity War. I really hope they do.
Yeah, and Justice League, I feel the same way too. I didn't think of that. That's actually a really good thought. I didn't think of they're switching around. But I said to myself, Justice League, like, was it amazing? No. Was it terrible? No. But was it all right? It was. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Because it could have had so much, but at the same time, like, it could have been much better. But for what it was, I'm pretty pleased with it.
It could have been so much worse.
It could have been so much worse.
It could have been
way worse.
It could have been another Suicide Squad.
But with what it is though, I'm pretty pleased with it.
Yeah.
Would I watch it again? Maybe, but it would have to be. I want to see the Zack Snyder
I would
version.
watch it again just for it, because in my opinion, like, I liked it. I thought it was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
Like you guys have been saying, I agree. It was a fun movie.
It was fun, yeah.
It was a fun. So it's entertaining. It's something to watch where it's like, I'm bored, but I don't want to watch anything like too deep, serious, anything too emotional. Just something real fun and entertaining. Put Justice League in.
I honestly might put Justice League in more than Avengers.
Whoa.
Well, that's not to talk bad about the Avengers.
Yeah.
I feel like Justice League is a bit more like, not fast-paced than the Avengers, but like the first hour of the Avengers is slow.
It is.
The first hour of the Avengers is slow. But with Justice League, they kind of just throw you right into it.
And that is the thing, like, one thing that, like, I had a problem with it, like we've mentioned already before, is that it is a little messy. I mean, it's not like bad messy like
it's
Suicide
not like
Squad.
Suicide Squad messy.
It is a little messy. It could be better, but that's again because of the Whedon and the Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully they get that corrected in the future with Zack Snyder. Hopefully,
because
they better give us a Snyder cut.
I mean, they're going to release a director's cut, an extended cut when it comes out on Blu-ray. But will it be like Snyder's cut,
or will it be Whedon's cut?
Yeah, or will it just be like a general? Yeah, exactly, an extended cut.
What they better do is they better have a disc where it's like the normal theatrical release, because that is Whedon's cut.
Yeah,
and then the extended cut / director's cut.
It's Zack
Snyder's cut.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Whedon had his chance with taking what he shot and all that and throwing it together.
Mm-hmm.
Give Snyder his chance.
And he got a writing credit too.
Yeah.
Like they didn't credit him for directing, but for writing, because he really did like mess around with the script. So.
Yeah, because he rewrote some stuff.
I will say one thing though about Justice League is that having comic book nerds around me, because you guys had Brendan and I had Rylan, that made the film that much more enjoyable because I knew for a fact that if Rylan liked this film, I knew it was decent because he loves he's pretty much me with Superman just on another level of it. So I knew to myself that if he loved this film, it's good, and so that's why I actually took a chance on it too. Because I said if he didn't like it, I'm not watching this movie. Yeah. Even if you said no, I'm not watching this because like comic book fans.
Okay.
What?
No, continue.
I said if you don't like it either, I'm not gonna watch it.
Oh, I thought you said that if I said watch it, you wouldn't watch it.
No. I
thought that's what you said. That's why I was like,
no. I said even if you said don't watch, I said I wouldn't watch either because comic book nerds and fans, they know what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to feel like. You guys have a better understanding than any of us do because you always read that when you're reading a comic book. Yeah. So if it doesn't really fulfill that need, then why go with watching it? But this one, he said it was pretty awesome. Had action scenes. So I was like, okay, I'll take a chance on it. And so I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I was very, because I remember when what? Oh. I remember when I first asked when I first asked you, Elizabeth and Brent, when I asked both of you and Elizabeth about your thoughts on the movie, and all three of you said it was very good. I expected it from Brendan, and I expected it from Elizabeth. I did not expect it from Levi.
It's actually a very good thing. I saw that too. He said you liked it too. I'm like,
I think that's what made me want to really go see it more.
Oh.
Because I'm like Levi said it's very good. I'm like I want to see it. But at the same time, I was really stuck in not seeing because when we all hung out with Pedro and Andrew and they talked about everything in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't care because I'm gonna find out anyway. So I don't care. I'm not one to not really care about spoilers sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Were you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Go for it.
Last thing I want to say.
then ratings.
Go see Justice League. Go
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
Please, oh God, please.
I would say you should make us all say that because I feel like.
Oh yeah,
Go see
we're all in
Justice League
agreement.
over-
Justice League.
Justice
over.
League. I don't care what the
Yeah.
critics say. I don't care what everyone on Twitter says. Justice League is better than Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
This is literally audience. This is literally what our motto is. Like, we're here to save you money. Don't go see Ragnarok. Go see Justice League because that's a movie worth spending money on.
Also, make sure you stay until the end of the credits.
Yes.
That's right. Stay
All
until the end.
way.
Go.
The post-credit
Post-credit
scenes
scene is
are
good.
better than Thor's.
Oh,
They're better
God,
than.
they're so
I
good.
got really lucky because I saw Thor on $5 Tuesday at Ronnie's.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're lucky.
I saved money to see it, and then I also saw Justice League for free because my friend paid for my ticket to go see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
So
I-
unless you're Steven.
like I told you, there's no way in hell I will ever turn down a free ticket to a movie, no matter how much I don't like it.
There you go.
If it's free, I will watch it.
So there you go. Go see Justice League.
Yes.
CineManiacs
Go see
approve.
it. Yeah.
Go see that movie. Go spend money on that one, not Thor Ragnarok.
I mean,
It
you
is so
still
much
watch
fun.
Thor Ragnarok, but it's not gonna be.
It's not as good
It's
as.
not.
How about
Yeah.
this? Wait for it to come out on DVD and consider getting it.
I
I
would.
like how I said DVD.
Yeah,
not even Blu.
I would. Obviously, I'm gonna buy Thor Ragnarok on Blu-ray.
Oh, I am too. Just to
Yes, I
continue
have
with
to.
the
I
yeah.
unfortunately-
Just we have to.
I have to
continue
finish my
with Marvel.
collection, man.
Why don't you just
gotta-
buy in regular DVD?
Because I gotta have all the Marvel movies on Blu-ray. I gotta go back and buy Incredible Hulk and Thor and Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron on
I'll
Blu-ray.
probably buy it. I got the other two Thors on DVD, so I'll probably buy it on DVD.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah, I will. But
Alright. Well, so anything else to add before we kind of go to our closing announcements?
Ratings.
Rating.
Oh,
ratings.
that's the bit. I'm glad I asked
Yeah.
that.
All right, I guess I'll give
You
my
go ahead
rating.
first.
I will give Justice League a 7.7, 7.8.
Okay.
I'll give Justice League a 7.3.
I'll give Justice League the solid 7.
I will give it a 7.6, 7.7.
Wow. Look
Of
at
course,
that. We're
mine's
all
the
in
highest.
Yeah, we're
I was
all
gonna,
in
like I said, I was gonna give it the highest, but it wasn't up there for me that much. But
That's fair.
it was good though.
All
right. So that concludes our show for tonight. Again, the movies that we reviewed for tonight included Watchmen, Man of Steel, and Batman v Superman for the first half, Suicide Squad, and then the Marquee of the Night, Justice League for our second half. Definitely, if you haven't watched any of these movies, or if you watched some of them, go and take a look at some of them. Definitely go watch Justice League. That is a great movie. Definitely, it's gonna be a fun time in the theater. That's for sure. And definitely, it's gonna be one of those films that we're just gonna look back on and say, "Hey, that was a fun time at the movie theater." And
I'll show it to my
pretty
kids.
good. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, and so, for the final thoughts and announcements of the night, a big one: Infinity War trailer dropped today.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
We'll just talk about. So this is the movie.
Oh.
I feel like I'm still back at midnight. Oh, okay, sorry. So just briefly, very briefly, because I have to be back at midnight.
Uh-huh.
Tell
No,
me
no.
just how pumped / excited you guys are for it.
I've watched it 5
God.
times. I've watched the trailer 5 times.
One at a time, please.
Okay, you go first. Go.
That's
go.
all. I've watched the trailer 5 times. I'm hyped. I cried. I'm worried about some of the characters.
I only watched it once. I ended up watching it a couple more times because of Brenda.
That's your own fault.
Yeah.
You could have left the
I
room.
could have left the room. You're right.
God damn, I'm excited.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. It's past 10.
I'm hyped for it. Like I mean, you know, it had to lead up to all of this,
Yeah.
and
I'm so worried.
damn, I'm excited for it, but I'm also like, you know, I know people are gonna die in this. It's gonna
Oh, yeah.
happen.
I'm so
Cool.
worried.
But the question is,
Who's gonna
who's gonna die is the question. I always no, I was not. No, I'm glad I stopped myself from saying that.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
And
yeah.
for me, I'm more. I haven't seen the trailer yet at all.
Yeah, you
Uh,
could have
you
watched
coulda
it with
watched
us
it,
before you
but
came
yeah.
here.
I didn't want to watch it anyway. So
You
Aw.
told us you wanted to, you told us you were gonna watch it, and then I had it queued up, and then you left.
yeah, I'm
said
gonna
you
watch
didn't
it in my
wanna watch
own time.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm more excited for Black Panther though.
You're more excited
Whoa.
for Black Panther than Infinity War?
Yeah.
I quit.
Okay, I'm excited for Black Panther. Hey, I'm excited for Black Panther. Yes, but Infinity War is a whole different.
You guys want to know something?
level.
I totally lied about everything. I just wanted to see his reaction when I said that.
Oh, you lied about everything?
I can still hear.
I'll watch the trailer. I'm probably pretty excited too. Then I guess. So
Hey,
anyway,
Brendan, you can come back.
he's not
I
gonna
saw the data.
Okay.
whatever. Anyway, all right. So that concludes our Justice League episode. Any
Oh.
final announcements? Anything else you have to say before we go?
Brendan? Oh, okay.
All right,
No.
cool. Let's go
All
ahead.
right.
Signing off for the final time.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Levi.
I'm Irvin.
Steven.
I'm Irvin.
You remember I go out?
That's right, I'm sorry.
I'm Brendan!
There he is. Oh, he's back. We're the
I'm Brendan.
Oh.
Already did it for you.
We're the CineManiacs. Thank you guys so much for listening tonight. We'll see you guys next week with whatever show we have planned for that.
Next week.
Pixar.
Oh, we're
Until that happens, have a great night. Thank you so much for listening. This has been
next week. Didn't mean
listen
that
to
next
your
week
station,
after.
your voice, the Galaxy
Maybe
Radio. We'll
after
see
that
you guys
song.
next week. Have a great rest of your night.
Oh wait. What?
We won't be reviewing Star Wars.
Oh, well, we're gonna review the last week then.
It'll be the disaster.